Hey, what's going on, everybody? I got a quick gameplay for you here. It's a quick game at Freight. I think it's Domination. I start off this game with a 20-something kill streak. I'm not exactly sure what it ended up being, but it was pretty decent. I want to make this video because I was thinking as I watched, as I went through this gameplay about a technique that took me it took me a while to get back to when I came back to Call of Duty, as I kind of forgot what my playing style was, like what I was best at. It's something I call enemy fishing. Enemy fishing is basically where you head behind enemy lines. I mean, it can really happen anywhere, but it's most effective behind enemy lines, and you... this is awesome. This is why I love headphones. I heard that guy climbing on that stuff. Anyway, where you head behind enemy lines, kill somebody, and they can, do whatever they want, watch your kill feed, or watch their kill cam, and then they come back to get you. It's almost like this game, Call of Duty in general, is... built so that the most effective UAV, or I said UAV is probably a bad, it's probably the wrong idea. What I guess the most effective way of giving away your position is to kill somebody. When you kill somebody, even with a silenced gun, I don't care what you have on, dead silenced, ghosts, even though that's not the name of the perk in this game anyway. They see your kill cam, they see your loadout, they see your guns, they see your attachments, they see where you're headed after you kill them, and I mean, it basically says, hey, come get me. It's like the game is challenging them to say, hey, go see if you can go kill that guy who just humiliated you, right? And so you can use that to your advantage, which is what I do here. I hang out behind enemy lines near their, I guess you could call it, base, and each of these guys tries to come back and get me, but the idea is to hit and move, and I want to, like, go through some of my, my loadout as I do this, like the perks that I think are most helpful for this. And they were, first of all, Dead Silence. Dead Silence I use primarily because it silences my footsteps, not only to the enemy, but also really, really importantly, they silence my footsteps to me. So my footsteps in my own ears are quieter, which allows me to concentrate and focus on the footsteps that I hear from the enemy. This is so helpful. This is so helpful. And man, I almost can't say enough about the advantage that a good pair of headphones gives you in this game. Oh my goodness. A good pair of headphones, man. I mean, it's almost like it gives you a sixth sense that I guess it'd be a fifth sense that a lot of the other players don't have. And while all the other players can hear, if you don't have a good quality pair of headphones, there's so much that you can't hear, and the enemy is basically has the upper hand on you. Anyway, so that's Dead Silence. The other is Marathon, because I hate because I run around so much in order to get behind enemy lines. If I get killed, I got to get back there, and I don't want to like stop every few seconds. I just prefer to use Marathon. I'm going to fast forward this gunship or whatever it's called in this game. The other is, I'm actually not sure what the other is, so, wait, what? I don't even remember. Anyway, so that's the one thing. The other thing is using your teammates as Perpetual UAV. This is huge. This is something that I forgot, kind of, or at least I wasn't as good at it when I came back from my 3-year break from Call of Duty. And the idea is that if you, let's say, for example, you're heading down the right flank, right? And the maps in this game aren't like the 3-lane maps as like the other games were necessarily. But let's say there's a right, middle, and left flank. And so you say your teammates are in the, like, all heading down the right flank, like kind of between there and the middle flank. What you know based on that is that the enemy is not on the right flank. This is huge, man. If there could be like a tutorial or a book made for beginning Call of Duty players, this would be huge. This would be near the top of my list of things to teach them. Where your teammates are, the enemy is not. Man. Where your teammates are, and there's the end of my kill streak. Where your teammates are, the enemy is not. I got sloppy there. I saw this care package drop down in front of me, and I got so excited about it. I was like, hey, let's go see what's in here. And then, drop my guard, and boom, he got me. And then I come back and I don't even grab it, which surprises me while I'm watching this. Anyway, where your teammates are, the enemy is not. So let's just say, like, again, your teammates are on the right, heading down the right, and the teammate and the enemy's not there, right? Or on the off chance that they are on the right flank. Even if they are there, you don't want to go the same way as the rest of your teammates. It's a terrible way of playing this game. And I see people do it all the time. I'm amazed at how often my teammates, like, just like sheep to the slaughter, walk down the same path. I mean, I just don't get it. I mean literally, when I see my teammates, like all like 4 or 5 of them running in the same direction, I go the other way. I go to the other side of the map, or I go the other direction, because I know that the teammate is the enemy who I'm looking for is not where they are. And this is especially effective in team deathmatch because you really don't know. I mean, there's no objective to be played, so everyone's not running to the same place unless, you know, there's the common, you know, king of the hill type stomping grounds that everybody wants control of. But otherwise, I mean, you really don't know where the enemy is going to be. And so using like your teammates' icons on the minimap as an indication of where the enemy is not, or even when you see them shooting, if you see your teammates shooting and you can tell which direction they're pointing, boom, you have a great idea of where the enemy is. And I mean, it's a huge advantage. And again, on the off chance that the enemy is where your teammate is, or at least in front of them, because they can't be right on top of them, it's best to run around the other direction and get them from behind, because if your teammates really are like having a gun battle with them face to face, you don't want to be next to your teammates, man. You really don't. I mean, the name of this game is the element of surprisement. So the best idea is to go around behind them, flank them, and shoot them in the back while they try to kill your teammates. I mean, really, this is one of the reasons that I love being behind enemy lines. I mean, I love being behind enemy lines. I mean, it's my primary way of playing. That and just, you know, running the flanks. So that was one thing. And also, I guess the final thing is, I mean, if you see your teammate die, it's just like you got a clue that, hey, I should probably get out of here. Or, I mean, that is if they're right next to you. So that's, I mean, sound, using your teammates as Perpetual UAV. I mean, this stuff was huge, and that it took me so long to get a hang of when I first came back to this game. And I think the final one is just, especially in this game, something that I found that has been so ridiculously helpful. And it has to do with my loadout. You'll notice, I'm pretty sure you can tell here, yeah, I don't have any tactical grenades or lethal grenades. This guy was getting my nerves, and he killed me with my own IMS, though.
Oh, that was crazy.
You can see me getting pretty upset about that. Anyway, I saw him doing that earlier. You probably saw it in the gameplay a little earlier. He kept walking back and forth just to like I don't know, waste my IMS, and then I run down to shoot him and forget that the IMS is gonna kill me. Anyway, so the other is like not necessarily using lethal or tactical grenades unnecessarily. Now, if this were Modern Warfare 1, right, or even Black Ops, I mean, almost any of the games before this, with the exception of MW3, there's no way I would ever step off my porch without tactical grenades. Not literally porch. I wouldn't do it. I mean, in Modern Warfare, in almost all the Modern Warfare games, and Black Ops, I used whatever the perk was. What was it called? Bandolier? I don't remember. I used the perk that basically allowed you to have 2 or 3 tactical grenades because I used them so much, and they were so helpful. But in this game, like, I find that if I can, you know, not have a tactical grenade and get an extra perk, it's so worth it. So to let go of, and I don't have a secondary here, so no secondary, no attachments on that. No lethal grenades, no tactical grenades, none of that, and I get so many more opportunities, so many more perks, and it's such a wonderful thing. So that sacrifice, I find, is so worth it. It's so worthwhile to sacrifice secondaries, lethals, and tacticals to get extra perks. The other really helpful perk that I believe I'm working with here, and we'll see in a second, as I come back through. That guy, man, I was so mad I was going back to get him. Focus is exactly focus, hardline, and fully loaded. Focus I use, which is kind of the what do they call it? Anyway, I think they may have called it focus. If you get in a gunfight with somebody one-on-one in this game and you're like relatively close, your gun's gonna kick up unless you have focus. And chances are, if you have focus on and they don't, you win. As long as you have like decent accuracy. They're shooting at you, you're shooting at them. You have focus on, you win. Because their gun's gonna kick up and yours isn't. I mean, the recoil, I mean, the difference is huge. So that's why I like focus. It's really, really helpful. And also, it reduces this sway on your gun on the way down. The other is hardline. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. I like kill streaks. Anyways, as this gameplay comes to a close, those are just a couple of things that have been really helpful for me as I come back from retirement. Anyway, have a good one, everybody, and thanks a lot for watching.